right ways that actually get to the point where smart contract wallets can be the default type of wallet that people can use to try to get all these benefits, like security for multi-states, it's the social recovery, other types of cryptography.
It is Friday, October 14th, 2022. It's maybe around 6:45 p.m. I've been sitting here in this chair for about 20 minutes in the dark, meditating. DevCon just ended. I'm about to go to the airport in about 30 minutes or an hour, catch a flight back to Chicago. Where does your mind go when you are in the moment? Like in every moment, that is the only moment. Where you are, and we actually exist in the present, and that's known. And what is something that's been on my mind is the concept of the mind smothering the heart, the concept of observing your feelings and taking in data rather than sending it out from your brain, listening to your body, your feelings, your emotions. Another thing that's been on my mind was like the idea of self-love, the idea of the idea of having this feeling of preciousness of yourself, of your life story, your essence, your internal algorithm. That is like a burning flame that one day its time will run out and it will burn all of its fuel. And that's your story. That's the start, middle, and end. And that's the thing the thing to notice here is that you are as you live, you can Live in such a way such that you are supporting yourself, your truth, what you are experiencing, and having that be the thing that is like taken care of. That is the center of your life. The emotional state of yourself is kind of center engine of your life. It is the data stream, the data source of your decision-making process, your context of where you are in each moment. So you base your decisions based on what you experience in your body, what you feel, and that makes you decide what you want to do in a moment, what you want to say in a moment. And that is interesting because that is the earth from which yourself manifests itself, comes about, grows. And being truly aware of where you are and of what you are experiencing allows you to create that cybernetic feedback or feedback system. And if you become aware of your body, your emotions, your what you feel like, what you look like, then you base that as the anchor of your state. It's kind of like your ship. So the idea is like your body is your ship, and you're the captain of that. You're that little consciousness in your brain. And what is interesting is what is really interesting here is that your body is actually your reality, your who you are, what you behave like, what you act like, what you what decisions you make, what you say, like, and these are good. Your body sends you signals that you should listen to. For example, things like, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I need to go be alone, or I need to eat, or I need to drink, or I need to sleep. And so this is where the story of yourself as a socialized being comes into play as an interesting fact. So like your emotional story is in your body, it's recorded in your body, and every little hurt, fight, argument, any kind of violence you had been subject to is something that creates you, your story, your emotional reality right now. And yeah, for many people, it's like they have wounds in their bodies, in their souls, and then they are augmented, they are affected by them, by how they act. And so the interesting bit here is that yeah, that's what I wanted to say. The interesting bit here is there's also like a fear. There could be a fear of becoming aware of your emotional self because of the feeling of not being able to. There can be many reasons for many different situations, and the interesting bit here is that the interesting part here is that to finish that thought, it's like the idea is that for some, emotional regulation can be very difficult because of their past traumas that are recorded in their body, in their emotional state, which affects your decision, which affects your mind, which affects your where you are, your essence in the moment, and affects your decisions and is essentially who you are. And so the solution for individuals that have like trauma is, well, I'm not sure what it is for everyone, but I'm thinking that like the artist way and like being feeling your body and practicing like self-love in terms of the way you think and frame the world is the way to flip that switch from the mind suffocating the heart to living rooted in your heart and in your body as the source of truth and the source of who you are and what you make your decision based upon and what you feel is most important and worthwhile thing to do, and the thing that you care and feel strongly about. It's your precious self. It is you, because that person is the person that's going to be there with you 24/7 until that candle runs out and your time comes to an end. Therefore, to close this video log, I would summarize it as observing that your emotional state is the key driver of your software, your what you think about, what you decide, what you are, what you are able to train yourself on, because of training of your intelligence or any physical activity is based upon this positive feedback loop of communication with your body, and your body needs, and your emotional state and your mind needs to work in unison. If just your body pushes on your if your mind just pushes on your body, it's just suffocating it, and therefore you will. So this is like talked about in like in school, in business school, and especially for like managers. Like that's when you have like things like people acting out. It's when their emotional state is not being recognized and accommodated and listened to and fed and invited to be part of the process of the experience of the narrative and of learning and of growth. So that's where growth really happens, and that's the thing to be aware of and the thing to be passionate and excited about, because that is the driver of innovation, growth, art, technology, beauty, life. It's life-giving. It's harmony within yourself and within the world. That's like 14 minutes. I'm gonna end it here. Like throughout this video, I was like, this is really uncomfortable. I heard voices outside the door, and I was like, someone listening? That's really weird. At the same time, I'm about to publish this on YouTube and have it be accessible to all of the 9 billion humans in the world. So that's pretty crazy right there, and beyond my imagination to comprehend, and maybe like something like something I question the wisdom of doing. But what's the worst that could happen? Like, if someone tells me, hey, you're crazy, that's like, okay, tell me why. I'll learn something. What's the worst that happened? As long as you're alive, you're good, you're learning, and then you're growing. So that's the best advice in life is just like, as long, like, just be bold and just do shit and like make mistakes and be vulnerable. As long as they can't kill you. So as long as you are out there safe, like put your mind and soul out there and see what happens, and then you will get some feedback from the outside world, and then you will be like, this is where I am. This is my reality, and then I can move forward instead of smothering it with your mind. That's about 16 minutes. It's gonna be the longest vlog, but I haven't recorded one of these in a while, maybe like a week, at least a week and a half. I've been in Bogota, Colombia, which is probably the best decision I've ever made and the best week of my life, and it's been amazing. So and parting words of wisdom is believe in yourself, be bold, get out there. See the world, go to Bogota, become a developer. Teaches you how to think. All right, bye world.